predictably, this is not going well. That one, which is right on the very back, bottom of the back, that was glued in. Folks, you could tell that's not a clean break on the end there. That one was glued in. That's a clean break. That's the one that was next to it. There's no way was that coming out. Looks like it's been someone's tried to weld it in place. And that one, like I say, glued in. Good work, that. Another clean break. Oh, we're having a beautiful day here, chap. We really are having a beautiful day. So I need to contact the customer now, because really the head needs to come off, because I can't drill these in situ. It's not practical. Fucking job. But regardless of how many I've broken, don't glue bolts in, folks. Someone's obviously snapped that off and thought, ah, shit, I know what, I'll glue it in. Well, that was good timing for Paul the Mac Man to turn up. Right, so we had a conversation about broken bolts, broken studs and so forth. General consensus is we can try and drill it in situ, but it's difficult. It's going to be difficult to work out whether we're drilling perpendicular to the face or not. With the manifold out of the way, at least I'll be able to see what's going on. So at the moment I have got 3 out of 8 broken. Really not very helpful, is it? And one of them is a historic break. It's also at the bottom, right at the back there. It's more accessible than this one, which is difficult to get to. But we'll see. It is further back and tighter against the bulkhead. There's nothing I can really do about it. I don't want to take the head off unless I absolutely have to. So I think we're going to carry on getting the exhaust manifold off. Lots of heat, lots of winding backwards and forwards like I have been doing. This one here has started to shift. It has started to move. Both of the 2 big studs underneath at the back have snapped off, and one at the top has snapped off. So it's lots of winding backwards and forwards. Thank you. Just pray to the person who did this. Pray that the person who did this shits a pineapple on alternate days, and on the days when he's not shitting a pineapple, he can shit a hedgehog. People who do this honestly want their hands cutting off and then welding bolts in. It's difficult to know, really, isn't it? It's been bodged that badly that it's almost impossible to basically redeem yourselves in getting it off. If we need to take the head off, then that does become a bigger job. Now, at the moment, this thing's only got water in it. If we haven't got the budget to get the head off this thing yet, then I'm going to have to just drain the water out and pull a cover over it until we've got the budget to do the head off. I really wanted this car out of the yard because it's been here too long, and I need the space. Well, it's off. It's blowing on that back cylinder there as well, look. And when we look at the gasket, the one on that back cylinder, that was definitely blowing. This was the bolt that was glued in. Front cylinder, not too much of a problem. So cylinders 2 and 4 were okay. 6 was all right. 8 was blowing because someone had glued a bolt into it. Now, that's the source of the original blow, and that was largely because there's no thread in that hole. So you can see where it's been blowing. Okay? That would have been like that. There's the stud I snapped. There's the stud that's okay. And very well, there is a thread in there, isn't there? Why is it not being gripped? Probably just because this stud is rotten. I could push it in, and that'll be why that have blown. So there's your root cause. That stud meant that I had to take the manifold off. Probably would have had to take the manifold off anyway because of that blow up there. And then we have got glued in stud, broken stud, broken stud, broken stud, broken stud, and broken stud. Oh, that's absolutely fucking outstanding, Richard. Outstanding. So we managed to get 2 out intact. One was never going to come out because it was welded. And all of these, they did actually start to turn before they just seized up solid. So the fact that they turned is interesting. That one's going to be the pain because we don't know really what the damage is in there. Well, it's time for a conversation with the customer. And as you can see, when you see the remains of this stud here, that was the one that was welded. Doesn't even look like it's gone in straight. I don't think it has. It's going in on the piss. So yeah, it's I'm afraid there's been some weapons grade arsing around going on with this. I'll speak to the customer really about what we do next. We can try and drill them out in situ. In theory, they should be non-hardened steel bolts. These should be a normal bolt, but the trouble is there's not enough left on the heads of any of them, even if these are original, and I suspect they are original, over V8 bolts, to tell you whether they're hardened or not. Well, like I say, that's a good afternoon's work, Richard. Well done, old chap. Well done. Of these 2 down at the bottom here probably stand the most chance of me being able to get them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove my welding blanket down on top of the starter motor, and I'm going to see how hot I can get that bolt, and then put the stud remover on it. See if we can't get it out. That one just snapped off dead easily. The one at the back was glued in. This one here I felt was turning, and when I'm getting them out, I would, my wrench, it's been taken up, there it is. I would be kind of on the bolt, and this extends. So I would get it to click and then reverse it and get it to click and reverse it and get it to click and reverse it and get it to click, and so it takes forever, and then the bastard just snaps off anyway. And this is purely down to excessive use of thread lock. Bastards. It doesn't bode well, does it? It really doesn't. So that one definitely was not turning back and forth. That was that one just there, the bottom one. Huge amount of heat in there. I found out the fire blankets can burn. Yes, huge amount of heat went in there. Tapped it with a hammer, everything I possibly could. Nothing. So we have got 2, 4, 5, 6 broken studs still. I've got another one underneath the folds there, which I'm going to give a go at. It all needs to come off the car really, I'll be honest. I'll have to give the customer a call. And here we are, June 2025. Time to get this head off. Spoken to the customer. We've got the budget, the funds back in place to get this engine back together. And if you remember from an earlier episode, of the 8 bolts that secure the exhaust manifold to the cylinder head, 7 snapped. Well, actually 6 snapped. 1 was glued in, and one of the studs was glued in too. So the only way I can really resolve this is by getting the cylinder head off, which, as you can see, is a reasonably involved job here. So it starts with the plenum, needs to come off. plugs out, rocker cover off, inlet manifold out, leave all the lube and everything in the engine bay, disconnect the aircon compressor, which I'm not sure is fully charged. We'll see if there's any pressure in that. If there isn't, I'll just take it straight off the car, yeah, get the head off. And then when the head's on the bench, I can assess whether it's going to be a machine job or whether it's worth a machine job to get the exhaust valve. So the exhaust valve, whether it's worth a machine job to get the exhaust studs out, or whether we just find a better cylinder head. Seems a bit brutal, but sometimes you just throw in good money after bad by trying to spend money getting broken studs out of a head that resisted all attempts to get them out in the first place. So they're going to need to be machined out, and then every single one will probably need to be helicoiled. So it might be a complete and utter waste of time, but we can't tell until the head is off. So let's proceed. A short while later. Right, okay, inlet is off. Don't worry about all this shit. This is all just the coating of the original kind of manifold, but the valley gasket probably could do with replacing. It looks like it's a composite gasket anyway. So what I might do here is I'm going to tuck the heater hoses up and out of the way so they're not dribbling down like that, because that's just irritating. Rocker gear off, aircon pump off. You can see I've disconnected, there was no pressure in it. I went back through the videos on this particular car where I know it was disconnected. Yeah, get this head off. And it's apart. Now, a couple of observations here. First and foremost, there was some nasty flipping threadlocky, gungy shite used on this. And you can see it in every single one of the holes here. This horrible white powder. It's even more evident on the bolts. Quite white, I don't know. Don't normally have to thread lock them in, but it might just be a water sealant. So someone may have had a problem here before. But here's the true horror of what I've been trying to deal with. So that one come out, that one snapped, 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 that one was glued in, that one come out. Bag of fucking shite. So at the moment we're sort of halfway in between. Do we get this machined, or do we throw it in the scrap bin and get a better head? It's actually in fairly good order. I think this head's been off not that long ago, because it doesn't half look like it's had a polish. Is that a telltale bit of swarf there? No, it's just something else, a bit of silicone or something. It doesn't look bad on the underside, it's just this shit. So I'm going to go to the machine shop, see how much he charges to get these out, because I really don't fancy, drilling 6 of them. That's a lot of drilling, and I don't know, machine shop might say it's not flat, give up with it. Head gasket, tin, marked up Land Rover, had it blown, showing signs of it going along the top edges here. Doesn't look too bad actually. I don't think it had actually, I mean, again, it's looking like it was about to go, but I don't think it had. I can't see any breaches there on any of the firings. It's a bit oily around over there now. It is what it is. Right, so machine shop next. You naughty little cylinder head. Head's back. Right, okay, drilled all these broken fixings out. That one apparently the tap went into it okay. It does appear to be enough of a thread there. These things only do up to about 20 foot-pounds, so it's not going to need to be a lot. The bolt's gone in. These are 3/8 UNC bolts, by the way, the thread. So I'm just double checking everything is good, and it is. And then I cleaned up the face of the head. So Mr. Machine Shop, this is CK Motor Engineers in Cressix, High Wycombe, reckon that the head has never been skimmed. And when we looked at the gasket and so forth, there's a reasonable chance it's never been off. I won't leave that in there, folks, don't worry. It's never been off. So, because the gasket was a Land Rover original. And I cleaned up the deck of the block. The only slight concern I've got is on this cylinder here, there is a couple of really nasty scores in the cylinder. I don't know if you can see that, if that's too close. Can you see those? There's one here, and there's one here. Really quite deep scores. I can feel them with my fingernail. So something's happened in there. Yeah, we'll have to check compression when it's all back together again. There's not a lot we can really do about that until we end up rebuilding the engine in its entirety, but that sort of level of scoring is that's normally a bit too harsh. But we'll see. We'll see. The objective at the moment is to get the head back on, get the engine running with the exhaust connected. And of course the other job is to clean all of the gloop and shit off all these bolts, which I've been going through doing really just with a brass or copper, whatever it is, wire brush on a cup, just cleaning the threads. Don't put the bolts in absolutely bone dry, folks. So I'll just spray a little bit of oil on there, not too much. You don't want a hydraulic lock in the thread. So once these are all good, I'll just double check the threads in the block. I'll get the air duster out there, I'll blow any liquid in the thread holes out, and then we can put the head back on. Time to get this this poor old thing back together again. So I have refitted the exhaust manifold, as you can see there, with new gaskets, new bolts, new lock tabs, new seals, etc. etc, etc, etc. Now, because we have helicoil, drilled and helicoiled quite so many bolts on this, nothing lined up. So I've had to enlarge each of the exhaust manifold holes by as much as a couple of mil, so 1 millimetre in each direction, in order to get the damn thing to fit. And it was the bottom bolt at the back, the one that's the most inaccessible, that there was the most struggle. So I ended up kind of cleaning everything up, got it as far as I could, put that bolt in first, and then worked on all the others, and I was able to get them all in. They're all torqued up. They don't go very tight. I think 15 to 20 foot-pounds absolutely maximum. New gasket on the rocker cover, and now I'm about to do the injectors. So these are dead easy, really. Injector, I've taken the seals off it. Buy new seals, they're dead cheap. RTC, so that's Romeo Tango Charlie 5679. 2 seals per injector. Give them a little clean up. I'm not going to go too berserk with these because these worked before. I'm going to assume that they're going to work again. Budgets are limited, or the funds are limited on this particular project, so let's put it back together again on the basis that it started before. Let's see if it starts again. So each of the injectors I'll pop in, then I'll put the fuel rail on. Obviously I've cleaned around each of the injector holes, and then we can put the loom back in, the trumpet base, the plenum, and see if it starts. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? Well, there's not a huge amount really going on here. It's been a while since this car was parked here, and it needs to move. It needs to not be here. And we're back to square one, except we've now got the exhaust on this side sealed up. So everything's more or less back together. I need to get some adapters. The hose pipes they provide, the hoses they provide for the heaters, these are 2 standard hoses, completely the wrong fucking size. That one might just about go on there, but they have to stretch quite a lot. It's about 2 or 3 mil difference. So I'll sort that out, then top the cooling system up and see if we start. Oh, I've got the ignition coil wires to put together as well. Yeah, see if we can get this started. Be nice, wouldn't it? We move forwards a step. Let's pop this inside. You get a rare look inside. Cliff's calm. Good Lord. Right, that's better. Pleased with that. Right, we'll see if we can get this started. Will you start? Oh, earth wire. The bypass is still there. No battery. And I completely missed the vinegar stroke. So the key problem was that the battery terminal, even though it was tight, it wasn't tight enough. I suspect that I don't know. I think what was happening was as soon as I turned the key in the ignition, then it just popped the terminal back off again. Now, if I go back in here and I've left the keys somewhere. Where have I left the keys? There they are. Temporarily here, by the way. I'm going to get the ground sorted out. And I wanted this, because this is more movable, to be here. Alright, so the interlock is misbehaving again. This was working and now it's not. So what I need to do is just put this onto an earth point. Probably that. See, started up readily. No blowing exhaust. The only problem I've got is it has absolutely shredded the alternator belt. So I don't know what's going on with the alternator. Running a bit on the tight side. You can see over here, I think I've got my hand on it, I think that belt's about to snap. And you can see that the alternator belt there is just absolutely shredded. Has the alternator light gone off? No, and the EFI lights come on as well, probably because we've got no voltage out of the alternator. So I moved it over here, and it was howling away, and then the tacho stopped working, and then, well, just look. Fuck's sake, Richard. And the belt is more or less completely shredded. The belt's red hot. I suspect if I take the belt off, which I'm going to do in a second, that the alternator pulley is toast. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, I suspect the alternator's fucked. Oh, it stinks. It's disintegrating the belt, right? And the ABS light won't go off because we're not getting anywhere near enough voltage during my test drive earlier on, and also we've got the EFI warning light on, and that belt is just absolutely, because the belt is slipping. So in the time I was running the engine now, that belt has become too hot to touch. So I'm expecting that the alternator has a fault. Now, when I just undid this, what, 2 minutes ago, I was going to put a new belt on it, but then I thought, I wonder if the alternator is actually dead here. Let's find somewhere to stand you so you are not in my bloody way. And I'll find the spanners. There's me spanners. Let's just undo. So already, having cleaned it all up, it's just destroying the belt. So yeah, we've got a knackered alternator here, and that's irritating, isn't it? Would explain why the ABS light wouldn't go out. Also would explain why we've now got the ignition light on. Right, what I need to do is to get, the easiest way to get these belts off is to kind of pry it over the edge there. Ow, you fucker. And then get a spanner onto the power steering pump pulley and then throw that down into the water. There, it's off. That belt's a shadow of it. It's still warm. Ow, fuck you. But you can see down here, I just cleaned this all off. It's literally shredded that belt in the time it's taken me to do that. That was the same belt that was on it originally, still hot. We're going to get this in a second, aren't we, Richard? Now, I suspect what's happening is, as the alternator is spinning and it's exciting, then it's becoming too tight, I'm guessing. Don't know, I've never had a problem like that before. They've either been seized up solid, but that is rotating quite nicely, but it's red hot. So I suspect alternator, I don't think I've got a lot of these. And that spanner went all the way over there. I'm going to get my magnet on the stick. Oh, that's a pain in the arse. One step forwards, one back. But the exhaust isn't blowing, which is great. And it fired straight up. Now, I haven't got the cooling system connected up at the moment. That's the next job I really need to do on this and fill the radiator back up. Aircon I've left off for the time being, just because it just gets in the way of me doing everything else. We'll just prove, well, we know it's that because the belt is red hot and it's shredded. But if I start up now, we should probably actually hear the engine rather than the belt squealing. Although there is still something dry down there, isn't there? Probably power steering. And there is a blow on the exhaust somewhere, it's on the other side. Oh, power steering's working. Right, let's turn that off. Something just fell off the front of the car, my screwdriver. Yeah, I think we need to get a pattern of work together with this and get this car finished. Alternator first. That's a pain. What is it? It's a Magneti Marelli 41A127185, dated 5097. 12-volt alternator. I might even have one of those on the shelf. Let's go and have a look. I guess the worst case is I need to change the pulley, because a lot of those I'm going to have will have a V-belt. Sorry, a rib belt rather than a V-belt. Oh, you pain in the arse. One step forwards, one back, isn't it? I don't know where the exhaust is blowing from though. I need to get the cooling system back together first, and then I can find out where that's blowing from. If it's blowing from this side, it can blow. Just before the end credits, give me a thumbs up if you liked that. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Mind you, you've got all the way to the end of it, so you probably would have given me a thumbs down by now anyway. Comments down below. All of these things do help to promote the work that I do and promote to YouTube for your benefit. If you want to contact me, churchhouseclassics, it's all one word, @gmail.com. And if you want to support the channel, then there's a PayPal me link scrolling down here. Both my email and the PayPal me link are in the description below this video. And that's my car, still sitting here. I might have to change this feature once it gets back on the road. It'll embarrass me enough into getting this back on the road. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.